Hi everybody, Son of Skinny Lizard here. Now today you might just be wondering, how the heck does he make these great LEGO videos that everyone is talking about? Well, instead of just gloating about it, I'm going to tell you my secrets in this simple tutorial. Okay, now you're going to need many things for this project. First and foremost, we're going to talk about software. Software in an animation project is very important because what it does is takes all of the pictures and moves them so that it's one steady video. This is actually how a video was first created. Now you're going to need a good animation program to do this. What I use for this video is Stop Motion Maker Advanced version 2.7. It's very expensive, so you might want to use something a bit simpler. Also, you're going to need a storyboard. Storyboards are very important because it lets you know what you're going to do in your video. Now, for the sake of neatness, I just made my storyboard on Microsoft Word and Paint, but you might want to start off with something simpler, like hand drawing it. Okay, so now that you know the software and all of the other things you're going to need for your project, let's start with the hardware. First and foremost, you need a camera. Now the camera I'm using for this video is a simple Logitech webcam that I got at Radio Shack. These are pretty cheap, and with $25 you can get quite a lot. Also, you're going to need lighting. Lighting is very important because it cuts shadows out of your video, mostly, and it helps give the video a good quality. Now for the Legos, of course, you're going to need a big gray base plate. Now, with a big base plate, you have a lot of space to work with. Of course, you're going to need your setting, which is in this case a Lego house, and Lego guys. You're also going to need a background. Okay, before we begin the fun bit of animating, let's go over a couple things. 1. The definition of animation. Now, animation is the process of taking several hundreds, thousands, perhaps millions of photos and moving them so that they're one steady video. As a part of animation, there's another term we need to define. Frames per second. Frames per second is the amount of frames shown 1 second. Each frame is a picture. Animation moves these pictures so that's one steady video. Now, the frame rate, or frames per second I use for this video, is 12 frames a second, as you can see. It's pretty simple. You just need to time your movements according to this. Okay, now you have all of the software and hardware and equipment needed for your project, we can finally begin animating. So, let's just start the opening sequence with a brisk walk with the Lego guy. So, what we're going to do first is you're going to move his leg forward, as you can see. Just this here there. And now, on my animation program, I'm going to press enter, or the capture button, 3 times. So it'll take 3 photos. Pretty simple. And now, I'm going to move the other leg forward. And I'm going to do the same thing. Press the capture button 3 times, so it takes 3 photos. And then we'll do the same thing with the other leg. Press the frame button 3 times. And then to finish this 4-part walk, I'm going to move the right leg forward. And, you guessed it, I'm going to press the capture frame button 3 times. Very good. Okay, now all you have to do is continue animating your story according to the storyboard. Now, this might take a very long time, so you have to be patient when animating videos, especially made with Legos. Now, here's a little tip. You have to choreograph your scenes according to real life. So, if a movement takes a half a second to do in real life, you have to time it using different amounts of frames per second according to the frames per second rate. So, say I do this movement. See, that took about 2 seconds. Now you need to make the Lego guy do that as well. Okay, so that concludes the animation part of this video. Now you just have to finish animating your video and see you in post-production. Okay, now that you've finished production on your video, we're going to go into post-production, which is basically editing your project so it looks good. I'm going to show you some of the simple hints and all of the little tricks I use to edit my videos.
Okay, so now I can begin post-production on your project. So, just so you know, your project is a bunch of little photos, right? Well, you need to turn those photos into video. So, what you're going to need to do is click the BMP to AVI button right around here. So you click that. So, you can name your file, and right there you can choose the output directory, so that's where the movie's going to be saved. So I'm just going to title my video My Movie 1. There we go. So you open it. So you open the video by simply opening it. There are little things that can help improve the quality of the video. That shows the different bits that you can convert it to. And once you're ready, click the movie button. So slowly it'll convert all of those little pictures into the video. Now soon you're going to have to edit this video. I'm going to walk you right through it. Okay, now that that is done, let's turn on Windows Movie Maker. Oh yeah, here's your video. There you go. So, this is the video so far, unedited, not very good. We're going to make it better. So now you're on Windows Movie Maker, and to put it in Movie Maker, you click Import Video. Now I save this in a little spot with all of my other stop motion videos. It's nice and safe. So now you just browse for your video, and you open it up. And automatically it'll come to Windows Movie Maker. Okay, there it is. Oh. Okay. So here we are. These are all my split up videos, which are all really one video. So to start us off, there's the storyboard view. There's a storyboard view and a timeline view. I recommend using the timeline view. Anyway, so to start, you click and drag your videos or clips over into the timeline. Just click and drag. Right here you can decide how simple you want your video editing to be. You can show the transitions between the videos which I'll explain later, and sound in your videos. So here's the previous clip button. Here's the next clip button. And these are the frame buttons. Now if you want to go to a tiny little spot, you're going to have to use these, because you won't be able to see them with regular vision. Okay, so there's the time of your video and how long it will be. That plays the video. Little button there. Yes, this is my video so far. In the box to the right, it'll show the video. Well, so now we're going to add sound. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on add sound or music. So I'm going to go into music where I save my sound effects. So I'm going to click and open them. See, I'm putting them in the collection box. That's where all of your clips and sound clips are stored. Windows Movie Maker makes movie making very, very simple. So now that you have your sound, what we're going to do is add it to the video. So, just like before, what we're going to do is going to find wherever we start, and then click and drag. Very simple. Just click and drag. Okay, now we've got a few steps laid out for our Lego guy, and you'll be able to hear each step as the Lego guy makes them now. And now to continue, just follow the video, click and drag the sound clips. It's very simple. Click and drag. Click and drag. You just continue this process till you have all of your sound in there. Any sound effects you need. So now it looks like I'm on the next scene. So I'm skipping to this part. So you see my Lego guys walking currently. Very basic stuff. You just click and drag the step sound over to your video. Okay. Oh, so what it looks like now is you're going to add a sound effect. We're adding my snoring sound effect.
Okay, now you might realize that on the way, you won't be able to find all of your sounds on the internet. So, if you need to record the sounds, it's pretty simple. So, what you need is a microphone, see, and I just plugged it in with the USB cable right here. Pretty simple. So now, I'm going to hold this microphone up, and on the Windows Sound Recorder, I'm going to click Start Recording. Wait a minute, we'll just do a test. Test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to start recording. So now I'm going to make a snoring sound effect. there you go. So now I'm going to click stop recording, and it'll automatically go to the save screen. So now I'm going to save it as that. I'm going to name it Snoring. I'm going to put it in music, because that's where I get all my video sounds. So I'm going to click save, and there you go. So now, for my movie, I'm simply going to open up via music my snoring sound effect. So let's just play it, just to test it. So now, I'm going to make a snoring sound effect. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so now I'm going to click import audio and music right here. I'm going to add snoring. It'll import. I can put it into my video.
Okay, so now we're getting the snoring sound effect in. As you can see, I just put it into my video. And I'm clipping it, as you can see, because it's just way too long. Just keeping it long enough. So now, once again, I'm going to put steps where the Lego guy is stepping. Just keep clicking and dragging. Gotta keep on going. Just keep clicking and dragging. I know it gets, I know it gets annoying, but you just have to keep going, and soon it'll be done. The end result is definitely worth it. So, anyway, you just keep clicking and dragging the step sounds with the Lego guy steps. And now, looks like I'm putting in my air horn effect. Now this is very comical, of course, but it seems it's a bit long. So I'm going to trim this sound effect just a bit. See? So here we are. Yes, and there's a little gap there where it just immediately cuts to the next scene, but it shouldn't do that. There should be a transition in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split a little bit off of each end of the clips so that I can add a transition in. Right here, I'm going to delete that. Okay. So now it looks like my Lego guy is walking once again, just making the final scenes. Once again, I know it can get repetitive, but you just have to keep clicking and dragging those clips in. It works. So now I have all my steps, and I'm going to make my final air horn effect for the final scene of the movie. Now I'm just gonna clip a little bit off of the end of that sound effect. So here we are. Now, what I want to do is add a title, so you're going to click Add Titles and Credits at the left. And you click Title at the beginning. So now I'm just going to type in my title. And now you can choose the font, animation, color, background, all of the little details you need for that little part of the project. Okay. Looks like I can't decide which title transition I want exactly. It's kind of difficult to choose. So here we are. You can change the font here. Font is, of course, what the characters look like, and the letters and the numbers. All of these different sets, with their different styles. So you can change the color of the background. I'm gonna go with, let's see, this color right here. That looks perfect. So I'm gonna click OK. So I have my title complete. Then I'm going to click Done, adding in title. So now it's here. Oh, but look, my sound was, I had to shift my sound because it was at the beginning of the video, and I didn't want it to be at the very beginning of the video. I wanted it to be a little bit after. So now remember that little scene where I had to cut a piece out? Well, I think I'm adding that in now, as you can see. So I clicked Add Titles and Credits. I added one before the clip that I selected. And I'm typing 12 hours later as a little transition. That's in the same style as the title at the beginning of the movie. So now I put it in. Looks like I have to shift the sound again. Now, in case you have to do this, you just click the first one and press Shift. Click the last. Press and hold Shift and click the last one. So you see, you can move it. You can move this thing around. There you go. Now the sound is in the right place. So we're nearing the end of the video now. Just gonna move that a little bit. Here we are. So now we're going to add ending credits. So you have to, just like before, you have to add titles and credits, but this time you have to click the end credits selection. I'm just going to do some simple ending credits for my movie. I'm going to put in my title at the top. It's where it's going to be. It's where the title is going to be biggest and will show the best. So on the left, you can show what exactly the role is, the people who made your video. So, and on the right, you say the people who did the jobs. So, on the left, I said written, directed, produced. And on the right, I wrote all Son of Skinny Loser, of course, because that is my internet name. So here we are. Just type that in. Now at the bottom, no, a little bit at the bottom, I'm going to add a little thanks to the websites that gave me the sounds I needed. They were soundbible.com and soundgoals.com. They're both freeware sites. They're safe and they give you good sounds. So now, this is my final video. You can press the triangle to play the video, as with all video players throughout the internet and computers. So now I added that ending. Effect, and I moved it just a bit. Okay, so now what I did is I'm going to turn it into a movie file, because right now it's a Microsoft Windows Movie Maker file and it won't work if I upload it to YouTube. So to turn it into an AVI file that I can use on YouTube, I'm going to save it as a movie file from the file button. So you just click finish and it'll slowly load here, as you can see. It might take a while, depending on the length of your video. And you can choose to see the movie once it's done. So there you go.
Okay, well, it's been a long journey. We've been working very hard, and now it's time to see what your video is going to be. So, let's take a look. Well, it's been fun making this video and this tutorial. I hope you learned something. And just remember, subscribe, rate, and comment my videos. And Son of Skinny Loser Productions on YouTube.com. Thank you.